Hi everyone, welcome back to episode, what is it? Episode 6, 5?
Mm-hmm. 6.
6? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 6 of Previously on the Internet with
Artavia.
And I am Faith. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are listening to this, even if you are listening to this on Wednesday when it comes out. But whatever day it is, whatever you're listening to it, happy whatever day. But I have a lot of things to talk about today. A lot of exciting things happened. But let me start off with your week. How has it been?
It was good. Again, another quiet week for me because I don't do much. But it was my sister's birthday.
Oh, when's your birthday?
Yesterday.
Oh, happy belated
6th.
birthday to her.
Yeah. Leo season. Oh.
Leo season.
But
I'm
yeah.
like nodding my head like I care about it. I just have pride in whatever I am.
Please. Me as an Aquarius. But yeah, we just had like a quiet birthday. Like we don't do too much. We just have like dinner together, like here or so, yeah, mostly at the house. And then we just like watch a movie or something and then do gifts and cake. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's the most exciting I think I got this week. What about you?
Okay. Well, I don't did I mention this last week? Anyways, I went to the Taylor Swift concert, the Eras tour, and so I'm going to just start off with that story because it's going to be a long-winded experience about me getting to this concert and my time at this concert. So, I mentioned that I was going with my cousin. So Friday, my concert was Saturday, August 5th. So Friday, August 4th, I was going to meet up with my cousin. We're going to meet up so I could take her back to my house. She's gonna spend the night so I could go, and then she's gonna spend the weekend with me. So I was on my way to go meet her. I was gonna meet with my sister, and then from there we're gonna go meet up with my cousin and my aunt. And on my way to my sister's, I'm driving on the freeway, and all of a sudden I hear a boom, boom, boom sound, and I'm like, what the heck is that? I was like, is there like a big rig like next to me on the freeway? So I look over, and it's just regular cars. I'm like, what is that sound? And then, so I look at my dashboard, and a light came on. I said, oh, no.
What was it?
It was the tire pressure light.
Oh, really? Jeez.
And so I was like, what is happening? I was on the phone with my sister, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Like, there's something seriously wrong with my car. And luckily, I was literally at the exit to go to my sister's house. So, like, I'm just going to get off on this exit, and there's, like, a gas station right off the exit. So I turned in there, got in my car, and my tire is flat, obviously, and there's a giant, huge bolt in my tire, and there's just air out of my tire. I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
Sheesh.
Like, and I was like so irritated because I was already running late to get to my sister's to go meet up with my cousin that day. And then this happens, and it's the day before the concert, so I was just like so irritated. So my sister was like, can you come meet me over here just to see? Because I was like, is this a situation where I just need to put air in the tire or something? This is before I got out and saw it. So my sister met me at the gas station, and I look, and air spewing out, and the stupid gas station's air pump didn't even work. So like, I have no other choice but to call AAA and change my tire with my spare, and just figure out from there. So I called AAA. And they're coming in like 20 minutes. So I told my sister, I'm like, just you go meet up with my cousin. Like, I'll stay behind and wait for AAA and whatever. And that was just like the number one annoying thing because I was looking so forward. We had like a whole day planned out. We're going to go meet up at the mall. We're going to go eat at our favorite place. And like, we're going to come back, get ready for Taylor the next day. And so now I have a flat tire and I have to deal with it the day before Taylor, and I'm like thinking like, how am I gonna get there now? Whatever. So I told my sister, just go and I'll deal with it. So AAA comes. Luckily, like, I get so like nervous when it comes to car things and like AAA. I've had to call AAA many times, and it's just like so nerve-wracking because you never know who you're gonna get. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of like mechanic car guys who are just like so mean, like just not approachable at all. So I just get nervous with that type of stuff, but luckily these guys are really nice, and they like told me like, yeah, it's just like a bolt, like you have to go fix it.
Yeah.
So I was like, do I do that tonight? It's already like 2 o'clock, 2:30 at this point. Or do I go like tomorrow morning and like first thing in the morning and kind of have someone to fix my tire? So I looked, there's a main place that we go to for like tire stuff, and they were closed that Saturday. So I had no other choice but to do it that Friday night. So I go to the tire place, I wait an hour and a half, and they fix my tire. Thank God. And so I'm all set already. So my cousin comes over, whatever. That was like the first, well, not the first, that was kind of like the only bump in the road, but it just stressed me out. Yeah. So Saturday, we finally get up. I finally found my outfit. I waited last minute to find an outfit because I'm just very last minute Sally. So I just got like a pink little dress from Target, and I went and like I got a dress from Target and like little cowboy boots from Target. So I kind of just went as the Lover era because like that was just like the easiest option. So we got ready. We were leaving, and we were like kind of hungry, but we didn't want to eat inside SoFi Stadium because those prices are just going to be insane.
Oh, I know.
And that food's not going to be that good. So,
don't they be having McDonald's at...
That's what I thought. So I looked at SoFi's website. I'm like, well, let me see if they have like, because some places have like California Pizza chicken kitchen inside their places. So I looked, and they don't have like any branded. They have their only SoFi food. Oh. Like so it's like random like cafeteria food type thing. Oh. So I was like, I'm definitely not gonna eat inside SoFi because I don't know if that's gonna be any good.
It's gonna be like $20 for a hot dog.
Yeah. So we're like, I'm trying to like find like a place nearby SoFi Stadium. So I said like Century City Mall is like 20 minutes away from SoFi, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff. So let's just go there. So we sat in traffic, went over there. Our goal was to be at SoFi by like 4:30, which is when the gates open. But we didn't get there until we got there at like a decent time, like almost 5. Yeah. So not that bad. So we got there at 5. Number 2 bump from the road was wearing those boots was a big mistake. I tried the boots on, okay? I tried the boots on. It's a little heel, like 2.5 inches at least. Yeah. I tried the boots on at home with no socks, and it's like memory foam at the bottom. So I'm like, these feel good. Like they don't feel like too crazy or anything. Like I can handle these.
Wait, did you break them in?
No. So I brought like thick socks, because I know like, because I thought like I haven't broken these in, so let me bring thick socks so that like no rubbing happens, or like I don't get blisters or anything. Yeah. So I put it on the socks, I changed into the socks, I put on the boots, and I'm walking from the parking lot to the arena, and oh my God, my feet are killing me. Really? For some reason with the socks on, wearing the boots, my foot felt like it was like wearing a 5-inch heel for some reason. So I was like, I told my cousin, like, literally once we get to our seats, I'm going to have to take these boots off. Yeah. So that's what I did. We ended up going inside the arena, finding our seats, and I was in my socks for the rest of the day. But, yeah, we got there. I was, like, pouring sweat. I had to, like, dab my face off. And there's, like, a big thing going on with Taylor's, the Eras Tour, and people getting merch. Like, SoFi has to have a whole date just set prioritizing selling merch, because people are camping out just for merch, just for this one sweater. And so I'm like, I didn't want that sweater, but I want some merch. Like every show I go to, I always want to have like at least a t-shirt with the dates on it, something to commemorate my experience at this concert. But I was like, I don't want to wait in that hour-long merch line just for like a t-shirt. And so my cousin was like, well, I took her just to have someone to go with me, but she's like, I like Taylor Swift, but there's some eras where I don't know the songs. So like during those eras, I'll leave during the concert and I'll go online. So I was like, perfect, we're all set for like merch and stuff. So we have all of that planned out. Anyways, the concert starts, like they had Gail opening up, which is the girl singing ABCD. She was okay. And then they had the Haim sisters, I think that's how you say their name, opening up, and they were pretty good. And then Taylor came on, and I've never seen Taylor Swift in concert, but I was just like, I expected it to be good, and I expected to be excited, but oh my god, once like the countdown started happening, I got so excited, and like the whole arena was so loud, my ears were struggling. I brought like little earplugs for concerts, and I wore those for like the first couple songs because that's when the crowd was gonna be the loudest.
Yeah.
But I ended up taking them off because I couldn't really hear Taylor. But the whole concert was so like, I can't even explain it how good it was, but it felt like it was a night for the girls, you know? Yes. Like, it was just such a fun time, like, especially during like the Fearless part of the set. I'm like, it felt like 2009 again. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just so good. Like, she's such a good performer. It's 3.5 hours long, nonstop of her singing, which is just insane. Like, I'm just standing in the stands, like, singing, and I had to take breaks sitting down. But, oh my god, she did all of her eras. I just can't explain, like, how much I love the show and, like, just how much fun it was. But, yeah, she is incredible. I want to go back so bad again. Because she's doing her next 3 sets of dates. Yeah. And I literally tried to get tickets today, but Ticketmaster kicked me out again because, I don't know. It's just too much to explain. Yeah. But, yeah, it was just, like, literally one of the best shows I've ever been to. It was just so much fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm, like, hoping she releases more tour dates because she just released,
like more for the
like New Orleans, Indiana type thing for next year. So I'm, like, praying she does more LA dates because I definitely want to see her again. Yeah. But, yeah, that was, like, my experience with Taylor Swift concert. But, yeah, that was a fun time.
How you were saying you couldn't wear the boots and stuff. You didn't always pack backup shoes just in case.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna do, but like it was like a no bag policy, and it was like
not even clear bags.
It was clear bags, but I didn't have one, and my cousin brought one, and it's just like a little bag like this. Yeah. So I don't really have like anything to like hold them in, and I was going to, but you know. Oh, I also forgot. Every night she does surprise songs. And, you know, none of the fans know what song she's going to do. And, like, when the tour started, everyone made their list of the surprise songs that they want for their show date. And, like, LA was the last show date in, like, the U.S. tour date set. And so each night she would play, like, in a different city. And she would, like, perform one of my songs on my list. I would be so mad. I'd be so angry. And by the time I got to LA, my list had dwindled down. Like, only, like, 3 were left. Yeah. And the rule she said when she first started the tour was, like, if she messes up during a surprise song, then she'll be able to sing it again. Because once, like, she performs a song, then that's it. She's not going to perform it again. Dang. But only if she messes up or only if it's a surprise song from her latest album, which is Midnights. Yeah. So, she hasn't really, like, she's messed up some songs, but she still hasn't, like, re-performed them yet. So, like, my hope of her re-performing, like, songs she already did was 0%. Like, she's not going to repeat any songs. Yeah. So, I was just hoping that she would do a song from my list. So, during my show, she repeated 2 songs that she's already done before. Yeah. And those 2 songs were my 2 favorite songs from her of all time. She did Death by a Thousand Cuts, and she did You're on Your Own, Kid. And I freaked out. I was so excited. Oh my, I literally could not believe that she did those 2 songs. Yeah. Because she hasn't repeated any from, like, the whole entire tour. But yeah, that's just another thing I had to add because LA Night 3, I think, was the luckiest from the rest of the tour. Yeah. But yeah, that show has really turned me. It's leveled up my Swiftiness to where my whole For You page is Taylor Swift Eras Tour. Like, I don't know, it's becoming bad. Yeah. But yeah, that's my experience.
Man, I know I want to go to like such a big concert that's like that. Like, and the next one I can think of is Beyonce's. Yeah. I want to go to her show so bad. I don't think it's gonna be possible, but and then it's crazy because I was gonna ask you. I'm like, oh, do you think that was like the best tour you've been to? But you already answered it. Like as you were telling your story.
Yeah, it was I don't know. I just can't explain how good it was.
Yeah.
Man, she knows how to put on a show.
What?
Yeah, and I was like trying to look on the floor because I was in the 200 sections, so it was pretty high. And I was trying to look on the floor to see if I could see any celebrities, but I didn't see any and then I got home the night, and I looked on Twitter, and they're like listing all the celebrities that went, but
yeah,
it's like no one I truly would go crazy over if I saw them.
Everybody and their mama is like at the Taylor Swift shows. Like a lot of celebrities this week. There's this one guy, and I feel like he's everywhere around LA. It's the guy from New Girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like he's everywhere. And then when I saw tweets of him being there, I said, "What a surprise!" Because I just felt like he's, like I said, just always around everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I just saw like a picture of like John Cena.
He was there?
I don't know what date, but he had like the heart around his eye.
Oh.
I just saw the picture again. I don't know what date he went, or I don't know if it's today. Is there a concert today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but yeah, I saw.
Yeah, that was my experience, but that was the highlight of my last week.
Started off bad, but it went good.
Yeah, I was almost ready to have a breakdown when my tire went flat. Anyway, should we get into topics?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first?
You can always start first.
Okay. Let me see. I think my first topic that I wanted to bring up was, so there's obviously for years, ever since they've been on TV, talk about like the Kardashians and whether or not they've had plastic surgery and like what plastic surgery they've gotten done. But recently, in an episode, Kylie, Chloe, and Courtney were like having a discussion about, talking about the beauty standards that they've been setting and like the example that they're setting for their kids and like girls who are watching them and stuff. But let me bring up what Kylie said about her body and like her regrets with her plastic surgery. But she says, I got my breasts done before Stormy, within 6 months of having Stormy, not thinking I would have a child when I was 20. They were still healing. And then she's basically saying, I have a daughter. I would be heartbroken if she wanted to get her body done at 19. She's the most beautiful thing ever. And I want to be the best mom. She's basically saying that she regrets, having plastic surgery done and, saying that she doesn't want her daughter to go down the road she did, and she wants her daughter to be happy with the body that she has. And that's obviously great that she wants her daughter to feel happy in her body and stuff, but the only thing that is just so frustrating to hear is for so long, I'm just specifically talking about Kylie, I'm not talking about any of the other sisters, for so long she has denied having any plastic surgery done. And she's talking specifically that she got a boob done when she was 19. Did she say? Yeah. Something about that. And she denied for so long back then that she has had any plastic surgery done. And I specifically remember she did a YouTube video where she was like getting her makeup done or getting ready for some party. And she's like, guys, I've never had a boob job. It's just a bra that does this and something. But it just goes to show that she lied about things. Like, it's just very annoying that they're talking about like we need to set a good example, but for so many years that they lied about like never having plastic surgery and like the damage is already done. And basically what I'm trying to say.
Or just getting any work done. Yeah,
and then when she was like 15, 16, and I understand that she was a kid, but still, when she denied having lip fillers and she kind of would say like, I just overlined my lips with lip filler. When she knows and we know she had lip filler and she was lying and just saying she overlined her lips, and she made like a whole business about it, saying that she got nice plump juicy lips just from overlining, and here's a lip liner that I use, when in reality it was filler. And she made a whole business about that. It's just so annoying hearing that, like her admitting now, like, I hope my daughter, when you have been lying about fillers and lying about a boob job this whole time. But that's just like I don't know, kind of irritated me.
Yeah. I mean, it's like that. Even with her sisters, too. Like, they just lie about just different... Well, I mean, they just don't... They just prefer not to say that they've had work done. Mm-hmm. Even though they know a lot of people look up to them or, but like, setting standards for their body. And it's like, okay, I get it. Like, they're not in charge of anybody's kids. Like, you know, whatever. But you know you're on such like this high platform and then you're getting work done. Like, just be honest. I feel like if they were honest, they would get a little bit more respect just because it's like you're not pretending like it's naturally yours. It's not naturally your body or like your face or whatever. And if you just be like, yeah, I got lip fillers. Yeah, I got like a BBL. I got this. I got that. And nobody would be mad. Because it's like you were honest from the start. Like, I mean, we're not dumb. We know it didn't come overnight. But it's just, yeah, it is frustrating. But like, I mean, like, yeah, it took you to have a daughter to realize like, oh, maybe this is not the move of doing all these surgeries and all this stuff. And I mean, I don't know. So yeah, I remember when that like quote and everybody was just talking about it. And I'm just like, they always do something that just like, I feel like they try to have like a positive
outlook.
Yeah, I guess. But then it always comes off just so wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I get it that she's trying to set a better example for her daughters. I'm pretty sure all of them are. But it's like, I mean, you got the plastic surgery and then lied about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you never know. I mean, you never know. Maybe your daughter will do that in the future. This could happen to anybody. Anybody could be like, oh, I want to go get this and I want to go do that. But sorry, I'm just kind of like rambling. I don't even know what my point is that I'm trying to get across right now. But I understand your frustration because it's like, yeah, you've been trying to act like, oh, it was just you naturally and just like, it's just something, I think it's just something stupid to lie over.
Yeah, and just like, it's irritating in general with just, you know, celebrities where like, it's, they swear like they look that way just because, you know, they work out, they eat good and stuff. When, and that's it. And that tells people like, girls like us or something, like all we need to do is work out and eat good to look like that. And when we do that and that doesn't happen, it, you know, then that's when like, I don't know, bad thoughts happen or something like we're doing all this and we don't look like them when really they're like getting like fillers, plastic surgery and stuff like that. It's just very irritating. And I think someone, I don't know who it was.
Keke Palmer. Are you talking about that?
Yes. Yeah. Keke Palmer. She said like it's our job to look good, so don't compare yourself to celebrities. And that's just like a what's it called? Like a sum up of what she said. She said like something longer and like more detailed, but
I think she was saying like the reason why Keke Palmer looks that good after having a baby is because she has money. So she has money to get a trainer. She has money to eat good. She has money to do like all these things that not everybody has access to. So I was like, finally, someone's saying it.
She said it really well, better than I just summed it up. But yeah, I don't know. I basically just brought that up just as a reminder not to compare yourself to these celebs.
Yeah. It's sad because it's going to happen every generation.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like, as long as people are open and transparent about this.
Yes. Like SZA, even in her song, she's like, I just got a BBL. Like, it looks natural, but it's not. And, like, thanks for letting us know. Like, we don't care now.
Yeah.
But, like, something as simple as that. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially, never mind. I'm not going to get into it. But, yeah, that's kind of just one of the topics that really rubbed me the wrong way last week.
Yeah, I honestly forgot that happened.
Yeah. Moving on to a more fun question, but there's like a interview, sort of like a Hot Ones type of interview, but it's from the Mythical Kitchen YouTube. But it's like basically a whole interview surrounding what your last meal would be. So I figured we could like conjure up like what our dream last meal would be.
Oh man.
I haven't really thought about mine, but I have like some I have like some ideas of like what I would have. Like in this interview, it's not just like one meal. It's like basically like every single one of their foods. Like it's like a giant, huge platter.
Right.
So I think one of mine would definitely be like some sort of like a pizza from somewhere. I think like maybe like a pizza from I don't know, but from where though? Maybe like one of the places in like a pizza from New York that was really good that I tried. Probably that, and
what
then
type of pizza?
pepperoni, of course. Definitely not thin crust. But it doesn't have to be deep dish or anything. Just like a regular pepperoni, loaded with pepperoni, light sauce, that type of thing. Definitely like some sort of sweet tea, like a gallon of it to refill. What else would I try? Maybe like a burger from In-N-Out. Definitely some Cold Stone ice cream concoction. What else? I'm trying to think. Oh, I think there's a local Mexican restaurant that I really love to go to, but like an enchilada plate from there. Gosh. I don't know. That's like the things that I could think of, like the things that I love. You know? I don't know. It's interchangeable, In-N-Out burger or Shake Shack burger. But those are like my go-tos that I would definitely have there.
Mine would be... Okay, my food would be definitely snow crab legs. I need some crab legs on my food.
Snow crab?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, it's just crab legs. You know, there's different types of crab. Like.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. But yeah, some crab legs. Definitely McDonald's French fries. I think they have the best French fries in the world. So we'll definitely have that. Same with a drink. It would also be sweet tea or, I don't know, some form of juice. I'll be happy with majority of any juice. I love juice. You just said something and I was like, yeah, I need that also. Oh, sorry. And not also, but I will need a soft baked pretzel.
Ooh.
Yeah, and specifically Wetzel's pretzels.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
Oh my goodness. If you are Auntie Anne pretzel person, sit down. But Wetzel's, and not only because I also used to work there and I make the best pretzels. Still to this day, even though I don't work there anymore, but I just know I can make good pretzels. Those are the type of soft baked pretzels I'm talking about. And then I don't know. Honestly, if you just give me bread and potatoes, I'll be happy. I love everything potato and everything bread. So
no dessert.
No, I'm not too much of like fruit. If that would be my dessert, it would definitely be fruit. Sorry, I'm not too much of a sweet like cupcakes, cookies. Ugh. But fruit. Yeah, that's where it's at. Sorry.
I'm probably like leaving a whole bunch of stuff out, and later on I'm gonna think like, oh, I should add that. Like this is like some sort of real thing. But yeah, every time I watch an interview, I'm like, oh man, their food looks so good.
Yeah.
But I just thought it'd be a fun little thing to think of.
I know, but that's like so hard because even though you're saying all this, like you want this, and then if it is your last meal, you'll be like, man, but you know what? I could take something that I'd never really eat. Like I would probably say like pasta, even though I don't really like pasta, but I'll be like, it's my last day. Give me some pasta.
Yeah, I don't know. I would definitely, like, if it was actually my last meal, I would actually, like, I don't know what I was going to say, but I would go and I would go insane with the eating because like I don't know, I have my specifications with food and stuff, and so if I had a last meal where everything was to my way and like the way I like it and just like everything that I love, that would be like the perfect situation.
Yeah.
Not the dying part, but like, you know. But yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. I think I'm just thinking about like different types of food of what I would eat right now. And yeah, it's like if I'm gonna die anyways, I'm gonna eat myself to death, I guess, basically. Like,
might as well.
Just give yourself a stomachache. Like
oh yeah, and then like you have like all this food and like you'd get full, but I wouldn't stop eating.
That's why I take a bite of everything first.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But like, man, don't people on death row? I
think they do. But I want to know like what is the process of doing that? Because is it like they get like a last meal, but is it something like where they can request like, okay, I want spaghetti, and they'll get spaghetti or something? Or can they request like, I want spaghetti from so-and-so in so-and-so city, whatever. Like, say they're in like prison in like New York, but they're from Kansas and they want the spaghetti from their local Kansas spot. Like, are they able to be that specific, or it's just like, no, you're getting spaghetti from down the street?
I don't know. I mean,
that's something to think about.
They probably don't give them too much of a freedom just because they're going to say something specifically from a country all the way. I would do that to buy me time.
I understand it would have to be like domestically in the United States, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They're nice enough to give them a last meal.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're nice enough to really go out of the way.
Yeah. Sorry. Was there any more to that?
No, I was just thinking of a last meal.
Oh. I'm trying to think of like what have I saw. Have you seen the videos of like them fighting?
Oh my god, I kept seeing memes, like only screenshots, but I still haven't seen this video. I have no clue what you are talking about.
Oh my god, I need to send you the tweet. Cause it's like it's like 3 videos on this week. I watched every single one of them. Through and through. Because I was actually trying to like skip it at first, but then I said, let me watch this because it just kept coming up on my timeline. But basically it's like, I guess it's like a boating dock or whatever. I don't know. But I don't remember word for word because I just kind of skimmed through tweets. But I think there's like this group that was parked, like they had their little boat parked somewhere, and I think a bigger boat needed to come in and park and whatever. So the security was like, basically it's like, oh, can like you guys got to move, this boat needs to come in. I don't know if that's 100% the story, but that's what I remember reading something about. And the dudes were not, the white people were not moving. Sorry, I had to classify them as race because so you know who I'm talking about. So the white people was just like, no, I don't know. They just didn't move their boat. I don't know what happened. Then some form of altercation like starts. And then it's like, then they start attacking the security guard. And the security guard, he's black. And so it's like a bunch of them just like going up on him, okay? And it gets funny only at this one part because this guy who's, I don't know if they're on a different boat, like a boat that's like going by or whatever. One dude jumps out the boat and swimming in the water to go and jump the white guys who was jumping the black guy. Because it's like 5 guys against 1. And it's like, come on, that's not fair. So bring everybody else out. But basically, like, they get their hits.
Is that why? Okay, I saw a meme of something. And it was just like, everywhere, like, they did, like, labeled each person as something. And it was just, like, 2 guys with, like, one guy protecting the other guy. So I'm assuming that's the security and the guy who jumped and helped him.
I don't know. I need to see that. I need to see the screenshot just because there's so many people.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, it becomes it's a herd. It's like, it becomes a lot of people. But it was just, the 5 guys with the one guy. And then next thing you know, like all like these other people. It's like the whole black community comes together. They said it looked like the Avengers.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
But they're like, oh, basically like, oh, you want to beat on him, and like you want to go 5 against 1. Well, okay, well, here's more. Can you handle less? Basically, it's like that. And then they just go, and then they go up to, like, the boat with the guys on it. And then, anyways, they all just start fighting. So, like, they start fighting, and then some woman gets it. Let me tell you, it's dudes fighting. If I see guys fighting, I'm not stepping foot near that. Mm-hmm. Because if you insert yourself, now it's like, and if, like, because I think she went up and she started hitting the guys. You're going to get hit by a man. Like, and I know this, like, because men don't put hands on women, mm-hmm. but they're all just fighting. So then they start hitting her too. Like, you brought yourself in here, and then I think it was a man that hit her. I don't know, but I know like women end up coming in and like they all start like tussling, and anyway, so they're just all fighting, and it just keeps going. Like, more people keep coming in, more people keep. It's just funny. I remember they threw one of the guys in the water, or they threw the lady in the water. Anyways, but it's just all this thing just because they didn't move their boat. Again, I don't really know if there's more to it, but I swear that was just it. And now your whole crew got beat. Even the ones who did not even want to be part of it. They all got wrangled up in there. But it was like this. It's like, violence is not funny, but it was just so, I think, out of the moment that makes it funny. Mm-hmm. There was like this lady, because like the women were like, you know, fighting each other. And then there was this white lady who was sitting down, and the guy comes up with it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like chair memes.
Yeah. And then he just like, you know, he hits her in the head with it. And
oh my God. He hit a lady in the head?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's not funny, but then it's funny because it just came out of nowhere. But he was hitting everybody with the chair. I didn't realize that he was hitting other people. I just remember him going up and hitting the lady with it. And then they, like, you know, they arrest him and they start arresting everybody and whatever. But there's like one cop in the video. And like, I think she has her taser out and she's like, she's like not even shooting it. And then I feel like she just like, you know, when you're kind of nosy, you want to see where it goes. I feel like in the beginning of the video, even though she's like, huh, but then she's like, I feel like she's also watching, just like probably laughing at it and then like registering what's happening. But yeah, like they ended up getting arrested. But then I started seeing screenshots of more like a closer up. Those people are old. Why is y'all fighting? I did not realize I knew because I would see like the younger ones fighting. I didn't know there was like olders. And I was like, that's kind of crazy. But anyway, so Twitter has been funny with a lot of people's tweets and stuff. It's just been hilarious. I love when like something big happens. It reminds me of do you remember back in 2020 when it was back during like when the marches and stuff was happening, or the looting.
Oh, the lady in the wheelchair.
And it just makes me laugh because she was really out there trying to defend her. Trying to stop those people from stealing. And then everybody's just like spraying her with it. Anyways, I love when like big moments like that happen, because the first place you want to go to is Twitter. You can't get this from any social media but Twitter, because they have jokes for days, for weeks, and it's just always hilarious. So definitely, this is definitely a Black Twitter moment. Like, this is gonna be it's funny. So,
I think I saw a tweet. I'm assuming it's relating to that now that you mentioned like the girls got in, but I saw a tweet that was like, I'm sorry, but as a woman, I am not gonna jump in between a fight between two men trying to stop it, whatever. Just saying like that's a dumb move. And someone quote tweeted it and said, I would, because once I jump in, he would realize it's me. This is not him. Like, you know how like movies are like, it's me, don't do this, this is not you. It was pretty funny.
Oh my God, no, I have not seen that one.
Let me see. Let me get their wording right, because it was pretty funny. But
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't know. Now that you mentioned it, I'm sure. Like, the tweet oh my god, I can't talk. Yeah, they said, I feel like women should never try to physically break up fights between men, whatever. And then quote tweeted to say, no, he just needs to look at me because this isn't him and I'm here now.
Dead.
Oh, that's funny.
People turn everything into a joke.
But I love, like, very Twitter-specific jokes and stuff. Because then someone will tweet and be like, imagine trying to explain this to someone that's not on Twitter. Like when the Queen died and Trisha Paytas was giving birth and everyone's saying that she's giving birth to the Queen reincarnation. And then Trisha Paytas did a tweet like, guys, I'm not giving birth to the Queen. And someone quote tweeted like, try to explain this to someone not on Twitter. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's like a lot of inside jokes on Twitter. It's so funny. And it goes back years too. Like people will bring up stuff from years ago and it's just always funny.
Should we talk about the Lizzo drama? I feel like
I don't know, like
I know, like, if you don't know, Lizzo, she is being sued from her, like, backup dancers for, like, creating a hostile, toxic work environment and just, like, being, like, you know, alleged that she had them do, like, you know, weird stuff and also, like, was body shaming her dancers. Mm-hmm. And it just comes as a shock because she is such, like, you know, a body positive, like, you know, like, person in the limelight, for, like, plus size people and stuff. And I don't know, just very disappointing to hear from, like, dancers and also more people coming out, like a director saying, like, she's, like, a very bad person. Oh, yeah. But I that's as far as I know. It just sucks because Lizzo was like basically one of the only people in like celebrities in that type of world in the industry who do like fight for, you know, plus size people. And like she made like that whole series reality show competition show, like Watch Out for the Big Girls. Is that what it's called? No. Where like she was looking for, you know, plus size dancers for her thing. And it's just like, and then hearing the dancers say that like it's, you know, performative activism type thing. I don't know, a lot of things have been said. Obviously I don't know if it's true, but it just sucks to hear that like, yeah, she acts that way.
She released a statement.
Yeah, I read it. I forgot what it said, but you know,
yeah,
I don't really care.
I remember. I remember seeing, because I think two of the dancers with their lawyer or something, they did like an interview. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I just remember like people saying like, I didn't watch the video, but people was like commenting. They said, now why would they go on and say this? Now it looks like y'all were lying, or like nobody's gonna believe this. Like everybody was on your side, but now after seeing this, like, no, it doesn't seem like it anymore. And I'm like, like I said, I didn't watch the video, but I'm like, what was said in the video for people to be like, we're not supporting your side anymore because something just seems off. And I'm like, yeah, so I need to go watch it. But I did see that, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on with that?
It was just interesting to see, you know, the people who are part of, like, I guess the lawsuit. They're, you know, they're people saying all the stuff. But then, you know, people who aren't even part of the lawsuit, just people who have worked with Lizzo, like that one director saying, like, she had to back out of the documentary just because it was, like, horrible working with Lizzo and, like, her attitude. And it just, like, Lizzo is famous, you know, she's pretty big, but like even the big I already knew I was oh my god. Sorry.
Shut up. I didn't mean it that way, but it just
okay, I should have put out my thought faster and not left that pause. But she's like a big celebrity.
Okay, get it together.
She's a big celebrity, but what I'm trying to say is you don't hear like a lot of just not even her, but I'm gonna say B, C list celebrities. Okay, you don't you hear like them treating their staff, people who work with them like crappy. They think they're all that and stuff like that. But the biggest celebrities, you do not hear these type of stories from, and it just goes to show. Like I don't know what it goes to show, but like these people think that they're like, I don't know, think too much of themselves and like treat people poorly just because they think they're all big and bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that is true, then that sucks.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I don't know too much. Like I know about it, but it's like I feel like it's just like so much to take in because it's a shock.
Yeah.
It's a shock that
I know a lot of people, once the news came out, a lot of people were like very shocked.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. We have kind of conjured up a tier list. And if you don't know what a tier list is in the sense, sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Brooke Averick, aka Lady Efron on social media, she has like a podcast and she's explaining on her podcast like the tiers of her celebrity crushes. And she explains that there's 3 tiers, tier 3 being the lowest kind of level of crush and tier 1 being the highest level of crush. And she kind of, each celebrity she has a crush on, she places them in this list in each tier. And so to explain it before we kind of get started, tier 3 is a celebrity crush you have where you watch their stuff and you might do like, say you're actively watching like a TV show they're in or like a movie, and you might do like a little Google search like, get to know more about them, but that's kind of like where it stops. Like if you see that they're in something, then you'll be like, oh yeah, I like them, but after that you maybe kind of like forget about them. Tier 2 is where you actively have a crush on them, you actively are seeking out their content, so like listening to their music, watching interviews, watching fan edits on like TikTok and stuff. Basically a full-blown like a stan of them, or like a very full-blown crush where you can't stop consuming their content. And then tier 1 is like the biggest crush you could possibly have, where she explains it where like the thought of not being with them forever, like being married to them, will land her in a mental institution. Basically, obviously like exaggerating, but just like full blown can't believe that you're not going to spend the rest of your life with this person. So we have made a tier list based off of Brooke Averick's specifications. And so we're going to share those lists for you today. So would you like to start, or what do you want me to start?
No, you can keep it going.
Okay. So I'm going to start with tier 3. I'll do my tier 3 and then you can do your tier 3 and we'll do it like that.
Okay.
But I'm going to preface this by saying my tier 3 is reserved for, I like them because they're funny. So like, funny guys win in the end type of scenario. So that's my tier 3. So just keep that in mind when I read my list. But there are some people who I do think are cute, but anyways. Okay, so starting off my tier 3 is Ben Schwartz. I love me some Ben Schwartz. I think he's hilarious, and one of my like comfort watches is his special on Netflix with Tom Middleditch, I think is his name. Anyways, I love Ben Schwartz. I love him in Parks and Rec. I think he's so funny, and I can't get enough of him. Okay, next is John Mulaney, and I think he's hilarious. I watch all of his specials. One of my comfort YouTube videos is his 92nd Street Y interview with Bill Hader. I watch that all the time, and I crack up every single time. But yeah, I love John Mulaney. Even though there's like questionable things that he's done, I still stand by him. Next, Jason Sudeikis. is in my tier 3 because I love Ted Lasso, and you know, his character in Ted Lasso is funny, and also like I've watched interviews of him before and I thought it was funny. And sometimes, and like there's times where he has been leveled up to tier 2, but that's only when like I'm actively watching Ted Lasso. But now that Ted Lasso's over, he's kind of moved down to tier 3. Okay, next is a combo deal. Jason Bateman and Will Arnett. They're best friends, and I listened to their podcast Smartless, and they are hilarious together, but only together. I watched Jason Bateman's interviews, and like for instance, when he's on Jimmy Kimmel or when Will Arnett's on Jimmy Kimmel, they joke about the other person on that, and I think that's so funny. So Jason Bateman and Will Arnett together are on my tier 3. And then like crushes where like, yeah, I'll think they're cute like when they're big, but once they kind of like fall off, whatever. Number 1, Austin Butler. I do think he's cute. I had a very big crush on him back in like 2013 when he was like on Carrie Diaries, but I just think he just seems like a very boring person to me. And like unless like I don't know, I see him in like on a screen in front of me, I won't think about him. So he's tier 3. And then tier 3, I honestly only think about him when Stranger Things is on, but David Hopper on Stranger Things. Yeah, I'll actively like him when I am watching Stranger Things, but other than that, I kind of forget about him. So that's my tier 3.
Okay, my tier 3. Mine's just based on looks. Just like who I like. Yeah, who I have a crush on. Most of these is like, yeah, if I saw something with them in it, then yeah, I'll do a little search. Mm-hmm. The first one is I do not know how to pronounce his last name, but it's Nicholas. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this. Galitzine?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking
about.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched him in Purple Hearts. I think most people saw Purple Hearts. But he was cute. I know his character was not. I did not like his character, but like there's just certain things that he did in there where I was like, oh, he's cute. And I'm like, I want to watch other stuff that he's going to be in. I know he has like 3 upcoming projects that I do want to watch. It's like the one with Anne Hathaway. There's that one that's coming out. And then there's Red, White, and Royal Blue. I am going to watch. And I think Bottoms.
Is that the movie based on the book?
Oh, I have no idea. Probably.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know they're making a movie. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, because it has that one and Taylor. So I don't know his name. But yeah. Anyways, so I will watch it just because, like, I like him. But the only movie I know I'll never watch is that Cinderella movie. Yeah, I don't like you that much to go watch that film. But yeah, so he's in there. Then I have Keith Powers. I was in a Keith Powers phase. He's like this one actor. He played in. I think it's called like Reality High. It's a movie that's on Netflix. And then I know he's on a new one with Gabrielle Union. It's a new movie. Okay, what about, what's that one boy band that was like, with Bobby Brown, his group?
Oh, okay.
What is that group called?
I'm forgetting.
It's not Bell Biv DeVoe. It's, God dang. Anyways, the one.
New Edition?
Yes. So he played one of the characters in there.
Okay.
Anyways, I was in my Keith Powers phase. Okay. And every time he showed up on anything, I was like, oh, he's so fine. But then him and Ryan Destiny, they were like also so cute. So it made him cuter, I guess. Like, oh, their relationship was just so cute. Anyway, so yeah, there's him, and then I have James Lafferty, and I feel like if I say James Lafferty, I'm gonna have to say Chad Montgomery. Just because, I mean, if y'all know, if you watch One Tree Hill, I had the biggest crush. I mean, of course, everybody likes Chad Montgomery. So Lucas.
Yeah.
Okay. But Nathan was so cute. I love Nathan. I am a Nathan girl from One Tree Hill. Like, I definitely prefer him over like Lucas. But I was so in love with James Lafferty when I was like watching that. And I think it's like character development which made him more attractive. I feel like that it does that to any actor. Makes them more attractive. Anyway, so they're there. And then I had Tyler Hoechlin, just because we watched him on, like, Seventh Heaven. Do you know who I'm talking about? He played on Teen Wolf.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Okay. So, Tyler Hoechlin's on there just because, like, this is for younger me. I, like, would watch anything with him in it. I was, like, a big supporter. I feel like any of the guys from Teen Wolf would make on any of this list because that show had so many fine men in it. And I want to thank the creator of the TV show because I swear he was, like, looking for people who look good. And just thank you. Just because there's always somebody hot on my screen, which is why I was so into Teen Wolf. And, like, I don't watch bloody, gory. Like, I don't like those type of things where you can hear, like, bones breaking and stuff. But I sat through Teen Wolf every episode just because the men, so cute on there. Not all of them, but majority of them. And this one, last one. Stick with me. Walk with me. Listen to me. This is not looks. I am not attracted to this person, but they made my list. 21 Savage.
Interesting.
Let me tell you why. I'm not attracted to him, but I love his voice. Like, and I love his songs. So anytime I'm listening to a song and I know he's going to be featured on it, I'm so excited. Like, I think there's a new song that's going to be Summer Walker, Usher, and 21 Savage. And I'm like, I cannot wait. But, I think it's already out, actually. But still, 21 Savage, he, to me, just makes any song better. Like, I love when he's featured on songs. I love his songs. And, I mean, you know, you got to get it. Not everybody's going to like 21 Savage, but go listen to the songs that he's featured in and tell me it does not sound better. Like, I mean, tell me that, like, come on. It just sounds better with him on it. So he made my tier 3 just because I just, like, love his voice. And he's just funny. He's so hilarious. I don't know if you ever seen, like, his Instagram clips. Oh, he's so funny. He's just a character. So he made my list just because he's funny.
that one was really unexpected. Okay, moving on to tier 2. This is the ones where, you know, you're actively searching out their content and can't get enough. Okay, starting off tier 2, I'm going MGG, Matthew Gray Gubler. I think everyone during 2020, during COVID, had a Criminal Minds phase. And, you know, watching 15 seasons of a show, you start developing crushes on people. But Matthew Gray Gubler, he was tier 1 for a good while. But I don't know, he's just like very weird, and, you know, I just had currently still have a real big crush on him, and he's, like, funny, and, like, he like would make these funny YouTube videos. Anyways, if you're funny and I think you're cute, then, you know, you're up there. Next, I was debating if he was a tier 2 or a tier 3, just because, like, I don't actively seek out content, but there was a period where I was searching for his interviews. But Daniel Kaluuya, he was in the guy in Nope.
Oh,
him. Especially when the Nope interviews were coming out. Oh my god, I was watching all his interviews, but especially, like, the chicken shop date he did with Amelia something, whatever her last name is. Yeah, I was real in love with him. But I don't watch his interviews anymore just because, like, he's not really doing anything right now. So I was debating tier 2 or tier 3, but there was a phase where I was definitely watching his stuff. Tier 2, also another tier 2 is Penn Badgley. And he, you know, I'm proud that I've always been a Dan girl from watching Gossip Girl. Everybody hated Dan. I loved Dan.
I mean, I had a crush on Penn Badgley, but, like,
people were a little too mean to Dan, but I was a Dan girl, and, you know, obviously that stopped, and then You came out, but something about his voice too, He is just such a good narrating voice. Anyways, love him and like those videos that came out of him like dancing with his friend to those songs. Wow. Wow. So yeah, he's definitely tier 2. Another tier 2 is Andrew Garfield. I loved him when he got introduced to me in Spider-Man movies. And then I've watched every single thing he's done since that. I just think he is very, soft and British. And, like, I love watching I watch all of his interviews and, like, I don't know, I just think he's very funny and, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely have consumed a lot of content. Oh, no, I just deleted something. I don't know who it was.
Undo it, shake it.
It just says, I honestly don't know who this is. It just says Joe. I don't know who it is.
Does it happen to be this one? Kiri or whatever?
Yes! Oh, thank you! I totally forgot about him. Yes, Joe Keery. Oh my god, I love him. Okay, he's definitely tier 1 when Stranger Things is out. Like, I'm highly obsessed with Steve Harrington / Joe Keery. But then he also he's a musician, so I listened to his music, and one of his songs changed. I think that song went diamond in my Apple Music because that song's so good. But yeah, I'm obsessed with him. I think, like, I don't know, his whole vibe is just it does it for me. Yeah, I love him. Another tier 2, Theo James. I think he is like the most perfect looking man in the world, and of course started in Divergent, and then that was when I was like extremely obsessed with him, and then he kind of died off, but I've always watched every new thing that he's been in, and he kind of died off for a while, but then he just was in a TV show called
White Lotus.
No, it was another one. I forgot what it's called.
That. And he has his accent in it, huh?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay. The Timekeeper's something.
Time Traveler's Wife?
Yes! He was in TV show Time Traveler's Wife, and that ignited it for me again. And then really right after that, like, White Lotus came out. And that just reignited everything. I just think he tier 2 solely just because he's that beautiful of a man. And okay, my last tier 2, a new addition tier 2, just because in terms of this tier 2 has been downgraded from tier 1 to tier 2. But Shawn Mendes, I huge Shawn Mendes stan. He was a tier 1 for years, but he has been MIA for, he's in tier 2 just because that I devoted so much time to him. But if I didn't, he would be tier 3 just because he's been so MIA and very boring and hasn't released anything. It just, I don't know, very distance himself from, like, I don't know, everything. But I still have a spot in my heart for Shawn Mendes in my tier 2 list. So that's my tier 2 people.
Dang, I have a small tier 2, kind of. No, not really. Never mind. Okay, so my tier 2, I'm gonna start off with like younger me, what I wanted. Usher is in my tier 2. I had the biggest crush on him when I was like 6, and then like continued on. But yeah, anyway, so I feel like I really don't need an explanation. Good singer, good performer. The way he still performs, like if he is like 12, not 12, but he's young.
Yeah.
And he just does not lose it. Anyways, the flair that this man has, I love him. I know people has made jokes before about him, but to me, he is like, would you like king of R&B? I don't know, because I think Confessions is the best R&B album out there, and I'll stand by that. But like, I will never skip a Usher song. I just love I love his music. I mean, okay, I might, but I like, I will always want to listen to it, like, if it's a new song. And anyways, he's just so fine, too. So, I've had a crush on him for a long time. He was, like, my first poster on the wall, I think.
Wow.
Even though, I was, like, in, like, close friends with him. But, like, I had this poster of Usher just... And I don't know why this was in a... Like, it's, like, M-Bop Teen, like, those ones. And it was, like, water coming down. He was shirtless. And it was, like... Anyways, I was allowed to hang that up on my wall at, like, 8. But I just loved Usher. Anyways. And then another person is Jason Bateman. I love Jason Bateman. Anything that he's in, well, not anything, because I am picky about, like, TV shows and stuff that I watch. But majority of his films I've seen. Like, I don't think, even the not so great Teen Wolf 2. Like, what is that, like 80s or 90s movie? I don't know. I try to he's just so funny to me. And he's just so, I like, he's cute because he's funny. I mean, and I feel like he fits in the Paul Rudd category where, like, they're just so funny. They're cute.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Paul Rudd's a good example, too.
Yeah. Like, they line up for me. But, so yeah, he's just funny. And I've literally watched everything. Like, I just left him in Horrible Bosses. And then there's, like, This Is Where I Leave You. Or anyways, he's just so hilarious. So he's on the list. Then next I have, I'm gonna butcher his name too. It's like Hero Phineas Tiffin.
I've never heard of this person.
It's the do not judge me. It's the guy who plays the Harry Styles character. So he plays in, like, the After movies and all the stuff. But yeah, so he's, I mean, if you're a One Direction fan, you know about After, like, the ripoff of, like, 50 Shades of Grey. It just reminds me of. But, like, you know how they created the movie. So he plays the Harry Styles character and whatever. And I'm like, the movie is just comical. I didn't watch past the first one. But, yeah, I would like watch anything. But I watched his, like, recent movie. It's, like, First Love or something that has, like, that Sydney girl in it.
Oh.
Anyways, but he's so cute. So, and then I would, like, watch TikTok, like, videos of him. Well, just because, like, when you search up somebody, then here they are. So then I just kept seeing TikToks of him, like, edits. There's one that made him, like, really cute. And I went back into a dive. I was like, let me see this. And so, yeah, so he makes the list at tier 2. I mean, he probably could have fit tier 3, but, whatever. Keeping him here. Next, I have Cody Christian.
I almost thought you were going to say Cody Ko.
Please. Cody Christian, do you know who that is?
The guy from All American?
Yes. Oh my God. This man who is Mike, so he was Arya's brother in Pretty Little Liars, then he was in Teen Wolf, and then he's an All American. That is my short king. I did not know he was 5'8". That's so little. But he does not give me short king vibes. He gives me, anyways, whatever. But he's on this list because I just remember, like, watching multiple things with him in it. Like, ever since I saw him in Pretty Little Liars, I was like, that's my boyfriend. So I've been, like, watching majority of everything that he's in. Very rightfully deserves spot. Just because, especially that one TikTok edit, I think I showed you, like, a while ago. It's still fresh in my head. It was like the Bust It song. And then they use his anyways, there was a good edit of him on TikTok with Bust It. And, anyways. I thought about that. So that's, I'm like, you're added to my tier 2. And then I do have Chase Crawford on him, on here. Just because he's the reason why I watch Gossip Girl. Solely the reason. Like, just him. And anyways, I remember I had, like, such a big Chase Crawford phase that, like, because he's brother-in-law to who used to be, like, the Cowboys quarterback,
Tony Romo?
Mm-hmm. So, like, they're brothers-in-law, and I remember, like, I love Dallas Cowboys, and so I was like, oh my God. So it was, like, this whole phase. And then this person, I do have them as tier 1. But after what you just said, is right. Shawn Mendes.
Oh.
I had him on tier 1, but yeah, I moved him down just right now to tier 2 just because that is true. No excitement.
Yeah, and very little excitement.
But like I do see pictures of him now, so fine. He just looks
his looks are carrying him.
Oh my god, I know. So he's there. But yeah, shout out Sean. Okay, and then I forgot. The other, like, last person for my tier 2 is Chadwick Boseman. I forgot to write his name down, but I remember we watched him first on, like, Lincoln Heights, because I think he was, like, not, like, a main character, but he wasn't, like, he was in some episodes, because, yeah. And I remember, like, I think we had crushes on him. I know I had a crush on him. I don't remember if my sisters did. But, So we watched him in that, and then, like, watched his other films, obviously. He's, like, the king of biopics. And, yeah, so rest in peace. But Chadwick Boseman is on my tier 2.
Oh, sorry. You said you didn't have a lot of people, but that was...
I know. That's what I was thinking. Well, then I added 2 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's a tier 1. This is the... What is it? What's the saying? Cream of the crop?
Never heard
creme de la creme of... the tiers. Anyways, personally, you gotta reach a certain level, and I only have 2 people in my tier 1.
Oh, jeez.
And these are the people currently that are at tier 1, and maybe they'll move down, but they've been at tier 1 for a while, especially one person. The first one is, of course, my...
Wow. I know who it is. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, the first one is, of course, my short king, Joe Jonas.
Oh, okay, I was not thinking.
He is, he been my tier 1 since I was 8, 9 years old, and has continued consistently be my tier 1. He's hot. He's funny. He can perform. He can sing. He does it all. And he knows how to he knows how to not be cringy on social media. Like, some artists try to be, like, funny and, like, whatever when they're ready to promote stuff. But he knows how to be funny when he's not trying to promote stuff. And he just does it all. He stays consistent. He stays in touch with his fans, with, everything. But, yeah, I just love him so much. I think his music, in the Jonas Brothers and, of course, with the NCE is great. I think he's hilarious, and I think he carries interviews. I could watch interviews. I could recite his interviews. Like, I don't know. I just love him so much. I've always loved him, and I think I always will love him. My next and last tier 1, I'm sure we all know Pedro Pascal. And this is a new addition as of a couple months ago. But yeah, I got into, obviously I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I got into Last of Us, and I've been stuck at Pedro Pascal TikTok, and like, if you looked at my YouTube search history, it's just Pedro Pascal interview, Pedro Pascal funny moments, like it's crazy. But yeah, I've watched countless amount of edits of him. I've bought obviously countless amounts of merch of Pedro Pascal. I think he's funny. I think he's very nice. I think he's one of the celebrities that treats everyone nicely. Everyone who's encountered with him has nothing but nice things to say. Even other celebrities have nothing but nice things to say about him. Everybody loves him. I just think he's an all-around great person, great guy, and I'm currently obsessed with him right now. Yeah, that's the end of my list. Those are my only tier 1s.
I love when celebrities are just naturally sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, literally everything, even, people fans who have encountered him, not even fans, just people who know of Pedro Pascal and know that he's famous, whatever, their stories about him, it's just been nothing but good things have been said about Pedro Pascal, and that just makes him even more hotter. But yeah, those are yours.
Ready for mine? I have 4. I have 4.
Wow, okay.
I had to. One of them could probably like lower, but no. So I'm gonna start off with Theo James is my tier 1.
Okay.
I know I'm not so much like too much of like watching like their stuff, but I will like repeat a certain movie like back to, anyways. I felt like I watched him a lot, even though I probably did not see that many. But like how Faith was saying, he's just so good looking. Like anything. Oh my god. Anyway, so clearly we know like he passes on the looks. But I remember, I know like when you said you didn't hear too much about him. Yeah, I felt like it just kind of like went silent.
Yeah.
But then I know that, and then suddenly after his one Netflix movie that came out, what was like, do you know what I'm trying to talk about?
Yeah, this is the end.
Yeah. And then suddenly it's like, now you just see him kind of like, anyways, he's on my tier 1 because I just know I had like a pretty long phase with him. And then the other person, would be Dylan O'Brien. He's the reason why I started watching Teen Wolf. Again, most of the stuff that I watch, it's because I'm attracted to somebody. Like, the man is hot, so I'm like, I'm tuning in. I don't care if it's the worst movie ever, I'm tuning in. But Dylan O'Brien is, yeah, he's just that one. I've only heard one negative thing about him, but I don't know if there was ever any proof. But I know, like, a lot of people say, like, he's sweet. Like, a lot of people that has encountered with him. He's funny. I'm sorry. I think he's funny. He just... anyways, he's such a light. And maybe it might be different now because I don't keep up with him as much. But, yeah, I just watched anything with him. I think he is a good actor. I know people are thinking, like, Teen Wolf. And then I know he does, like, other little side movies. But, like, I think it was, like, The Assassination. I think that was his movie. We watched it. So good. And I think that, like, really shows him as an actor. So... if you have not watched it, watch it. Plus he's hot, so I mean, why wouldn't you? The other one is, I don't know why I keep looking when I know who the 4 people are. But the next one is Zayn.
Oh yeah.
Go figure. Yeah. As you know, I was a One Direction girl, and Zayn was always my favorite. Just always. And yeah, I'm like, I just feel like ever since One Direction was like, since I was a fan in 2011, it's been...
sorry.
It's okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
He's been, holding strong. I know he like kind of disappears, but like, honestly, a face card never declines. So he can be gone for 2 years, which is realistic. But he would show up with some random selfie. And like, that's all it needs for him to like be back in tier 1. And then we all know the vocals. Like, I'm sorry, he was the carrier on One Direction. Like, his voice just come on, his voice was just great and phenomenal. And so yeah, so he's always gonna be my tier 1. We love Zayn. I love Zayn. Anyways, like when he did from One Direction, I also did. Like, I was following my mans. But yeah. And then my final one, which is obvious, Chris Evans. This man is my I think he's probably like the biggest crush that I've had on a celebrity. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But because of him is the reason why I watch Marvel movies. I did not care. I don't care for superhero movies. I think it's because like we didn't really watch that growing up. And then I know like we'll watch like DC stuff. And so because I wasn't interested in DC stuff, I'm like, well, why would I watch Marvel? Mm-hmm. Anyways, but then he got casted as Captain America, but that's not like the first time I've ever seen him. No, I think we watched Cellular a lot. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but it's a movie with him. Cellular, or like the Not Another Teen Drama, like teen whatever movie. So, in The Perfect Score, like we would watch him back then, but Nanny Diaries, I remember, set it off. It was him and Scarlett Johansson. You never seen Nanny Diaries? Oh my goodness.
I think the first Chris Evans movie I watched was Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, I like that one. But yeah, and so he introduced me to all the Marvels and stuff. I know not a lot of people say like, oh, he's not like a good actor and whatever. I think he's good. Have you seen Gifted? I love Gifted. But yeah, so he's obviously I think he's like top, but you know, been disappointed with him lately because of his choices. But
what did he do?
I just think it's weird that a 40-something-year-old is dating.
I forgot he's dating that girl.
Yeah, like our age. I mean, like I would risk it for Chris Evans. Yes, but then I'm like, realistically, me as a like was 25 at the time. I was like, but would I 40-something? I mean, I don't know. Why aren't you dating women your age?
Yeah,
that's like, I'm confused. And, you know, some of these people have disappointed me a lot on this list. But, like, ever since, like, the disappointment from... Well, I don't want to say disappointment because I don't know him. But ever since that, like, what I think in real life, it just... Him dating a super young girl just kind of threw me off. And then because of him, I'm like, men cannot be trusted. So, like, I have not really crushed on any man. That's why I don't have really updated people on this list. I think that's why, because I haven't like really been tuned in. But yes, he does deserve tier 1 just because of my prolonged like, into this man. Like, what a man. I would.
But yeah, those are our tier lists. Shout out to Lady Efron for coming up with that tier system. I know, like, when she did that, like, a lot of people, you know, online and stuff, like, started making their own. But yeah, it's just like a fun little thing that I thought would be fun to do on here. But yeah, is that the podcast?
Yeah.
The end?
Yeah, the end of it.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening and hopefully watching episode 6 of Previews on the Internet. Like I say every single time, you can find us on Twitter and TikTok at Previously on the Internet. Not Twitter and TikTok. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Previously on the Internet. You can find us on Twitter at POTI Podcast. And then, of course, if you like to watch instead of listen to podcasts, you can watch our episode on YouTube at Previously on the Internet Pod. And, you know, of course.
Sorry, I did want to say, if you are watching us, we apologize for the camera. Not as having video for most of our stuff. We're still getting the hang of editing.
This is not a full production. We have one single DSLR and a light that's hanging on. So if there is glitches or anything like that, just act like you don't see it. But yeah, of course, if you'd like to listen, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And then you could rate and review on there. Also, you could comment on our YouTube with, you know, anything you'd like to say, any suggestions of what you want us to talk about, and then you could also comment on our Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. We would like to hear from you. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.